How do you decide which crypto project to invest in? How do you know if a crypto project is safe to invest in? How do you know what to look for? What are the signs? What are the warning flags? And what are some of the signals that you should take to stay away? So that's what we're going to cover today in today's workshop. My name is Mike Perry. I'm the host of CryptoEase with Mike, and I'm doing this live call within my community. It's an available Q&A call, so if anybody does hop on, we'll answer their questions. But today's focus is actually on how to research new crypto projects and how to feel into, is this something I want to put my money behind? So stay with me. We're going to cover 7 steps. I've got a framework that I've used before many times, and today I'm doing this presentation again. I'm going to upload this to YouTube, and we do workshops like this in our community, CryptoEase with Mike. Check out the link below. My name is Mike Perry. I got into crypto in May of 2020 with my first $100 in Bitcoin, and less than a year later, I was very fortunate to have a portfolio of over $500,000. But in the ensuing years and bear market, I've learned a lot of lessons. I've been scammed. I've been rugged. I also have a cybersecurity background. So I bring all of those lessons to CryptoEase with Mike. My friends and family are in here, and we focus on busy moms and dads that only have 10 minutes to do their crypto daily. And that's really where I want to be, is to get you the advice you need, let you teach yourself how to fish, and then you go and navigate how to do better with crypto. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now, and we're going to go and just share the entire screen. It's going to do a little funny thing, and then I'm going to flip out to this diagram right here. So these are the 7 steps to how to tell if a crypto project is safe to invest in, or how do you research crypto projects so that you can decide if you want to invest in it. And this is a simple 7-step framework for beginners or pros that you can follow to learn how to do this on your own. Nobody teaches you this. There's a lot of people on YouTube, they'll try and teach you pieces of this, they'll mention pieces of it, but nobody tells you exactly like, these are the things you need to do, and how do you go about doing them? And we'll take a look at some of the actual things we're doing here. We're going to breeze through this pretty quickly though, and keep it tight. So the 7 things that I would look at in a crypto project and what to invest in would be the white paper and vision. So the white paper is a document. Every crypto project has one. We'll give you an example right now. Let's go and take a look at, open a new tab, and we'll go here to Aerodrome Finance, for instance. We'll say Aerodrome Finance. That's the official URL. I'm going to click on that. And when you land on the site, you might be like, well, where's this white paper thing Mike is talking about? And the best place to go and look for these things is usually in the bottom. Sometimes it's in the menu, but if it's not, then it'll be in the bottom, and it'll be called something like documentation, white paper, docs, that kind of thing. So when we click on documentation, we're looking for, what is the project about? How does it work? What is its purpose? How does value get distributed? And the details about the tokenomics of the actual project. And so this white paper is going to give you all of this information. This background documentation is going to give you everything you need to navigate. Am I in the right place? Am I looking at the right project? What is the team? What have they done in the past? Who are they? And how do I navigate this project? So this is a great place to start there, is with the white paper and what is the vision. Then we need to look at the team. And I'm going to give you some super beginner-friendly tools that you can use to do this. Who's the team? Where have they been? What have they done? And then the tokenomics is a description of how are the tokens that are created through the project distributed between the public, between retail, between investors, between the team, and any incentives and that kind of thing. And you want to look at the tokenomics, backing and liquidity, who's behind the project, and then does the project actually have a real use case? Is it just a meme coin? Is it a garbage coin? Or does it actually have a real world use? And do you understand that real world use? And then finally, social signals, very important. Staying monitoring crypto Twitter and other tools like that for, what are the things to look for. So we're going to go into, let's say, we're going to go into CryptoEase with Mike, and I'm going to show you where to find the module in the classroom right here. You go click on Classroom, and then you go down to Cash Flow Systems. And in Cash Flow Systems, you'll see the Crypto Research 1.0. So this is the research framework that we're looking at today. And the information that we want to cover is also included in this brief, very brief presentation. So the first thing I said was white paper and vision, right? And you can track along here with these bullets right here as well. This one also includes community, so you could check that out. But first, in white paper and vision, we go over to the project. We go and look for their white paper. We go look for their documentation and then go through it. Every project has documentation. And if they don't, that'd be a warning sign right there. So the next one is going to be the team and researching the team. So what I would say to you there is one of the simplest tools that you can use to research a team is you can go to LinkedIn. And when you go to LinkedIn, you want to go and research or search for that project, right? So let's say Aerodrome Finance, okay? And I did see that pop up there. Actually, I saw the logo pop up. And then, okay, so there is, where's the actual page for Aerodrome Finance? We're all talking about Aerodrome. But if I go look at companies, let's see what we see there. So there's the Aerodrome Foundation. So this is what you want to go to. And when you go to Aerodrome Foundation, then you can come here and you can look at people that are associated with that project. And you can go and learn more about who those people might be. Now, another place that you can go and look is in their posts, and then you'll find different people mentioned. Now, sometimes you'll find like a project here, like Aerodrome, they're listed on LinkedIn. The people might not be that easy to find, but what you can also do then is you go over to Twitter, okay? And if you go to Twitter, you will find another source of information about any particular project that you might be interested in. So actually, and the first post there is someone else talking about Aero, which is Aerodrome's token. And let's go and look at Aerodrome. Okay, there is Aerodrome Finance. And so you can use the socials for a project, which you can also find on this site here. If we go back out of documentation, then you'll always find at the bottom of a site, they will list their socials. So if we go to dashboard, and if I scroll down here, you'll see all of these are links to their social accounts. And even though they're on LinkedIn, you don't see the LinkedIn thing here. It's not cool to be a crypto project and linking LinkedIn, but X, just about every project that's out there will have an X. Another good one is Discord. I recommend you check out Discord because that's where you can ask the team questions. You can learn more about who the names are behind it, and then you can come and research them on on Twitter. And you'll find here, let's see. Okay, so there's Alexander Cutler, who is one of the personalities behind Dromos Labs, which are the founders of Aerodrome. And I know that, but you might not. And so you see this is a repost by Aerodrome of a post, but the further you go, they often will repost their, so there's Alexander, right? So his tag on Twitter is Wagner Alexander, CEO of Dromos Labs, contributed to Aerodrome Finance and Velodrome. And this is one of the ways that you can then go and find, why is this post not loading? Not entirely sure. But then you can find these posts, you can start to research that person. That's an important part of looking into the team itself. And then the tokenomics is another key one. Now, in this documentation, it wasn't immediately obvious to me. So if I look at the economics overview, they discuss the token and how the token works. And sometimes you'll find a nice pie chart, but here they're going into the actual details of the token. They're going to the protocol, how that works. They're going into some of their notions of things like public good for base, supporting base chain, understanding where they're coming from, some of the programs that they had like flight school, buybacks, the momentum fund, and different initiatives that they have as part of their project. So this is a longer explanation of what are the tokenomics behind it, how does it work, and all of this. Now, a little tip for you, especially if you're a newbie, is what you can do is you can take this link and you can go and throw it into AI, and you can ask for an explanation of what are the tokenomics of a specific project. And that's something I could do in a deeper workshop later, but that is definitely a tip that you could check out. The other thing you want to look at is who's backing the project, especially if it's a newer project. What are the companies that are behind it? There are many companies that are popular investors in crypto that you'll find just about anywhere. And so if I was to go here and say, let's Google who are typical investors in crypto projects, let's say in DeFi, and this is very broad, right? On purpose, just to give you like some confidence that you could, this is stuff you could look up, okay? And then you'll find immediately, you'll see some of the venture capital firms that are mentioned, hedge funds, corporates, angel investors. Let me zoom in here for you here. And this is stuff that you can do. You can go to Google, you can use AI to look up, you can use Brave. There's a lot of free ways that you can look up this information. And then here you can see they're actually referencing top investment projects. So you can go and see, are these companies that are investing in this project that I'm interested in, are they backing other crypto projects? That's usually a good clue. If it's a company that's never backed any crypto project before, then you might wonder about things, and then combine the different pieces of information that you're gathering through the framework of the white paper, the team, the tokenomics, the backing and liquidity, and so on, to decide, well, wait a second, everything here sounded pretty good, like they had a good white paper, the marketing looks great, but the team has never really been in crypto before because I looked them up on LinkedIn, I looked them up on Twitter, or the tokenomics just don't make sense. Why does the team have such a large share of the tokens? That could be suspicious. And another one is the backing and liquidity. Is there enough liquidity for the project to survive? And also, are the firms backing the project reputable? Have they backed other projects before? Do they know what they're doing, at least in your opinion? And sometimes you are not as informed as an investor, but I do just want to encourage you and give you some crypto confidence that we all have specialities in our life. I know a lot about cybersecurity and IT, and so I use that to help guide me in my crypto investing. And I've also learned a lot about crypto and DeFi and so on in the last 6 years. So I bring that together for me and my investing stuff. When it comes to gaming, let's say, I'm not as in tune with gaming, and I've invested in other gaming coins in the past, and it's done terrible. So, try to look for projects that are in areas that you understand. Either it's a hobby you have, or it's a career you have that ties back to that, in some way. One example might be somebody in real estate might be able to look at real estate tokenization projects in crypto, and they will already know and understand the business. So you already have like a sixth sense of, does something sound good or doesn't? And at every step of the way, don't forget that if you don't understand something or you have a question about something and you follow this framework, you're a member of CryptoEase. And if you're not, check out the link below. It's free to join. But you can basically join our group and you can ask any questions that you have about the tokenomics of a specific project. But just remember, we're not a day trader group. We're for busy moms and dads looking to spend 10 minutes a day on average just doing their crypto and creating passive income and cash flow using a proven system, which is called the Bull or Bear I Don't Care. And that's also available inside the group to all members. So let me just catch my breath here. I think that was five steps that we walked through. Now, a really key step here is, what is the proper application of this token, of this project? What problem are they trying to solve? And is it a problem I can relate to? As retail investors, or, we're the smaller fish in the pond, in the crypto pond, we're not institutions and so on. We're often looking for projects that can help grow our portfolio in the long run. And sometimes we're willing to hold coins that are much smaller in size for the long run. But a key way to judge something is, what is the actual application of this coin in the marketplace? Does it solve a real world problem, like a financial problem, a life problem, something that's relatable to you? And again, if we go back and look at, Aerodrome, or let's go see, where were we? Aerodrome documentation. There's Aerodrome. And then we go to the docs once again. So I scroll down here. Here is actually, I don't even need to go to the docs, because on their main page, they're describing what their purpose in life is. It's a metadex, cool design, and they use technology to create next generation liquidity infrastructure. Now, they are a DEX. They've also got a proven team. They're known to be out there. I personally recommend this one, not financial advice, do your own research. But some of the things that they do that nobody else does is 100% of fees and incentives go to users. So if you take their token and you lock it up, you earn those fees. It's a cash flow coin, and it's part of the middle layer of my bull or bear, I don't care strategy. It's a 3-layer system that includes a foundation with stable coins and Bitcoin and ETH, a middle layer to create passive income, and then a third risk-on layer. And I'm just mentioning that so you understand that this is part of a system that you can check out in our group. The link is below in the description. So they have top liquidity pools, incentives aligned for performance, but they're basically spelling out why do they exist, and why you should consider them. Also, $0 VC funding. They got bootstrapped. It's an interesting longer story, but how does it work? So they explain how they're creating a system that self-supports itself, creating liquidity, creating opportunities for traders, creating opportunities for Aero voters. And then if we go look at the tokenomics, it takes us back to the documentation. Those are good signs. Now, I'm not saying you should invest in Aerodrome. I'm just using this as an example because I know they have all the pieces in place that I care to look about, and I am an investor in the Aero token. But that doesn't mean that you should invest in it. It doesn't mean that it's right for you. So check out that proper application of the project, the proper use. Does it solve a real world problem that you can at least relate to as an investor? And then last but not least, check out the social signals. Now, social signals, that means things like crypto Twitter. It means applications like Discord. But for most people, if you are somebody that is very into social media, then maybe check out Twitter. And feel free to follow me there. I'm CryptoEase.eth or at Majestic Success. You can see that below there. But what you'll find is that you can then start to see what are other people saying about the project. So don't just go on Twitter and look at the project itself. Again, using Aerodrome as the example. If we scroll. So don't just go look at Aerodrome because this is a good project, but a bad project is going to say all the best things about themselves. So what you want to do is you use this cool feature on Twitter. You see this here where it lists the number of followers. Just below that, it says, this channel is followed by these people and 213 others that you follow. So it will show you other people that follow, and it will even recommend people to follow. And so that's how you can start to find other people talking about this project. So here is a repost from something called The Rollup. I've never heard of them, and I don't think I follow them, but I'll go follow them now. And it looks like a place where they educate on financial stuff and that kind of thing. And they do, podcasts or different media on that. So that's where you can start to form your opinions. Go and watch those presentations. Go and look at the leaders of their project. What are they saying? And then also, what are other people saying? And you can find reputable crypto influencers online and see what are they saying about things, and then combine all of these things together into your decision point of, should I invest in this project or shouldn't I? Are there any red flags? And if there are red flags, come and ask us in the group, ask the questions, and we can reflect back on that. So some of the tools, here's some tools that anybody can use to learn more about a particular project. And these are very newbie friendly. So first one is LinkedIn. We talked about LinkedIn. We talked about going and looking at these different projects on LinkedIn and learning more. Another place we can go learn more is an application called CoinGecko. And I love CoinGecko because, number one, it's free. It tells you what's going on in the markets with all the coins. But even outside of that, it offers valuable insights and so on. But let me show you the cool stuff that we can do on CoinGecko. So here, I'm going to go and research the core token of Aerodrome Finance. Excuse me. And that is the Aero token. So I click Aero, and CoinGecko has listings of all of the major coins that are out there. And Aero is doing much better than it was a few weeks ago. A few weeks ago, it was in the 30 cents range, and it's doing much better. So we can see how the project is performing. We can also look at valuable information about the project. Is there enough liquidity behind it? Is there enough activity? What is the token supply? How does that work? Why does it matter? There is some information about the project. You could look that up, but there's much more valuable information here. I want to point you out. If you look on the left-hand side, and let me zoom in a little bit here, oopsie, that was a bit too zoomy. So under the info section of every coin, you're going to find what is the official contract address. That's very important because there's also scammers and people out there. They'll try and take you to their contract, but it'll show the official website. And I would recommend always using CoinGecko to find the official website if you're not sure which one is, because sometimes scammers will use Google Ads to try to influence you and get you onto their site and then scam you. It also tells you what chains they support, some of the wallets. The wallet information is not as accurate, but where does the community hang out? The community hangs out on Twitter, it hangs out on Discord, and it hangs out on Medium. And a pro tip for you is, if you really want to learn more about the community of a project, is join their Discord. If they have a Discord, join it, because you're going to see other people just like you that are much more interested in this project talking about it. And just by virtue of their interactions with the admins and mods, you're going to learn like, oh, is this, are these people really pro this project? Do they care? Don't they care? And there's other valuable information to learn here too, including things like historical price and so on. And, where you can buy the coin, and then recent articles that talk about the coin. Okay. And so even these recent articles are from a variety of sources. And so what you'll find is, you'll find even some guides that they do provide more and more and more information for you to consume in your decision point of, is this a token that I'm interested in investing in? What does it do? How does it serve me? How can I make money with it? Because if you're just buying a token to hold it, I mean, you've got to hold that token through ups and downs while you're waiting for that token to perform. But Arrow is a special token. There's a handful of these special tokens that earn fees and incentives. And they have a mechanism for their project called VE Arrow, where you can take that VE Arrow and you can go and put that to work, earning passive income and cash flow for you. So understand what is the purpose of the project, how it works, and check out those social signals. DeFi Llama is another tool that I do want to mention. It's a bit more of an advanced tool, so not necessarily something that a newbie might be interested in. But if we go and look at DeFi Llama, let's see. Here's DeFi Llama. And that's their official URL, is defilama.com. And right here, you can see a lot of information about all the projects out there. And if I'm interested, for example, in a specific token, I can come up here and say, I want to check out Arrow, because I want to see what's going on with Aerodrome. And you'll notice that there's a number of resources available to me, right? So if I go look at Aerodrome, it's going to show me a lot of detailed statistics about the project and information that you can't get from CoinGecko. If you're a newbie, I recommend you stick to Twitter, CoinGecko, and LinkedIn, those types of platforms. But if you're into the advanced stuff and you want to see things like, how do the unlocks, here's the unlocks. So unlocks are related to the tokenomics and how the tokens actually unlock. And you get all of this information available to you to help you decide, should I be investing in this project or shouldn't I? What are the fees and revenues? Because these guys, they return all the fees to us. And look at how much money they've been returning to the users. So this is a great example of a project that it would meet my criteria from a framework point of view. And also, when you're new, you're just starting out with this framework. So it's new to you, but this will help you create informed decisions. And at the worst case, it will help you to create informed questions. And so I just want to encourage you to at least study this framework. Get the download that's available in our group. You can just join up in the link below. It's free to join, and you just get that. Where is it? Here we go. The CryptoEase research framework right here. I've got additional guides and posts that will help you to learn parts of how this works, and also even a reference point with a whole video that I did previously, an hour-long video on a whole presentation back in October last year of the exact same framework. So a lot of information available to you. It's all free to members. I encourage you to join. Check out the link below. And other than that, that's kind of a wrap on this particular workshop on how to understand if a project is worth investing for you, or if you would be safe investing in that project, and also give you a place in a community that you can come to if you still have questions about that project. I hope you've enjoyed this. My name is Mike Perry, and I've enjoyed doing this quick presentation with you, quick half an hour walkthrough on how to research crypto projects and decide if they're safe for you. So I encourage you to head on over to our About page. That's at school.com, CryptoEase-591. And here's where the information is about our group, and it's free to join. Go ahead, take a look. We'd love to help you. We'd love to meet you. My friends and family are there. And I wish you a good day further. Until the next video. Thanks for your time.